Politics heat up over administrative control of Delhi. Delhi government seeks posting rights of civil servants. Judgment reserved in Supreme Court. Increase in the number of crocodiles in Bhitarkanika National Park. Annual reptile survey claims crocodile breeding program started in 1975. RBI warns states regarding OPS results. Apprehensions of increase in fiscal deficit. National pension scheme was launched in 2004. Pratham Foundation released impact report. Claims improvement in admission of children. Estimates of decline in students' reading ability. And only 5% of Indians have 60% of the wealth. 46% increase in the wealth of the richest people in 2022, Oxfam International claims. The dispute between the Delhi government and the central government regarding the administrative control of the civil servants is not coming to an end. This matter is also pending in the Supreme Court, although its hearing has just been completed yet. The court has reserved the verdict. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, appearing for the central government, told the court that the control of the central government over Delhi is not only desirable but also constitutionally permitted. The Solicitor General further said, with reference to the Delhi government, that the word control on bureaucracy is itself objectionable. We can't ignore the fact that we are dealing with the capital of the nation. The central government is also a major stakeholder in its administration. As far as the posting of IAS officers is concerned, the Chief Minister of the state has direct control over the annual performance appraisal report of a bureaucrat. However, the council appearing for the Delhi government said that the Delhi government should have the authority to transfer and post officers. For your information, let us tell you that the Article 239 of the Constitution provisions have been made in the matter of administration of union territories. At the same time, special provisions have been made in relations to Delhi in Article 239AA. Under this, the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi has been given such powers which are much more than other union territories. According to this, the central government has control over Delhi's police, land and public order, while the Delhi government has the right to make laws in any subject other than these three. But for this, it is necessary to take the consent of the Lieutenant Governor. Significantly, this is the point on which there is a dispute between the Delhi government and the central government. Under Article 239AA, the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi is not bound to accept the advice of the Council of Ministers of the state government. India has prepared a strategy against China controlling the Brahmaputra river water. As a counter to this, India is planning to set up a hydroelectric power project of about 11,000 megawatt capacity in Upper Siang area of Arunachal Pradesh. In order to execute this work, National Hydropower Corporation has prepared the feasibility report of this project. Earlier, this report was sent to the Central Electricity Authority for evaluation. At present, China is working on a 60,000 megawatt hydroelectric project on the Brahmaputra river in Tibet. In this sequence, a huge dam is being built on this river. This dam is being built in the Medog area on the China-India border. India is afraid that China might use this dam for water war against India. India fears that China may create drought and flood situations in the region by blocking or increasing the flow of water. To counter this situation, India is working on the plan of the project. Significantly, the 2000 megawatt Subansiri lower hydroelectric project on the Brahmaputra river is expected to be completed by the end of this year. Besides, the 2880 megawatt Dibang project is awaiting CCEA nod. Let us tell you that the Brahmaputra river is known as Yarlung Sangpo in Tibet. The total length of this river is 2880 km, which originates from the Mansarovar Lake in Tibet. The river flows 1700 km in Tibet, 920 km in Arunachal Pradesh and Assam, and 260 km in Bangladesh. Recently, an increase in the number of saltwater crocodiles was observed in Bhitarkanika National Park and its surrounding areas in Kendrapara district of Odisha. This has been revealed from the annual reptile census report. In this, spotlights and GPS technology were used at night to count saltwater crocodiles. According to the report, the number of estuarine crocodiles, including 20 white crocodiles in this national park, has increased to 1793 at present. It also includes hatchlings of 569 crocodiles and 1-year-olds of 388 crocodiles. However, last year their number was only 178, whereas in 1975 only 96 crocodiles were present in Bhitarkanika. It has also been learned from the report that since the year 2014, the numbers has increased continuously. It is worth mentioning that the Government of India, in collaboration with the United Nations Development Programme, started the breeding and rearing program for 3 species of crocodiles in the year 1975. Its main objective was to protect the natural habitats of reptiles. Also, their population was to be increased through captive breeding. The program was implemented at 34 locations in different states, but this conservation program has been most successful in Bhitarkanika. In 2006, 23-foot-long saltwater crocodile at Bhitarkanika entered the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's largest crocodile. Let us tell you that these 3 species of crocodile include saltwater crocodile, magar and ghadial, while Odisha is famous for housing all 3 species of Indian crocodiles. Recently, there have been signs of decline in the numbers of waterfowl in the wetlands of Alappuzha district of Kerala state. These signs have appeared in a survey conducted here. This shows that there is a change in the migration pattern of waterfowl. At the same time, populations of some migratory waterfowl, especially duck species, that visit the area are declining. Significantly, the survey has been done as a part of Asian Waterbird Census 2023. Let us tell you that 15,335 birds of 117 species have been recorded in this survey, and this number is more than last year. Last year, around 9,500 birds were cited in the survey. However, ornithologists believe that this number doesn't reflect the reality of bird migration in the region. According to them, the reason for the increase in the number of birds is that last year, bird survey was done at 7 places here, whereas this time survey has been done at 13 places. The most surprising aspect of the survey was the complete absence of duck species, such as the northern shoveler, common teal and Eurasian vision, seen in the previous surveys. Experts say that climate change has affected the number of birds coming to this area. 3,838 lesser whistling ducks were observed during the survey. This was followed by comparatively fewer sightings of 1,419 whiskered tern, 1,106 little cormorant, 998 Indian pond heron, 820 grey-headed swamfin, 830 barn swallow, 657 cotton pygmy swan, and 526 little herons. For your information, let us also tell you that AWC, that is Asian Waterbird Census, is a citizen science program. It supports the conservation and management of wetlands and waterfowl around the world, and it is a part of the Global International Waterbirds Census conducted by the Wetlands International. It was started in the year 1987 in the Indian subcontinent. In India, the AWC is coordinated by the Bombay Natural History Society and Wetlands International. Recently, the Union Cabinet approved the establishment of 3 national-level MSCS, that is, Multi-State Cooperative Societies. These societies will be registered under the Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act of 2002. Its purpose is to realize the government's goal of cooperation to prosperity under the inclusive development model. Along with this, coordination has to be established between the cooperative societies from the primary, village level to the national level. These societies include National Multi-State Cooperative Exports Society, National Multi-State Cooperative Organic Society, and National Multi-State Cooperative Seed Society. The export committee is focused on increasing the exports of the cooperative sector by acting as an umbrella organization. This will increase the export potential of cooperatives not only at the national level but also at the international level. Also, there is a possibility of generating more employment due to increase in the production of goods and services. On the other hand, the committee related to organic products will do the work of testing and certification of organic products. Along with this, it will also work to manage the activities related to this area. As a result, there will be an increase in the demand and consumption capacity of organic products in the global markets. Also, farmers will get the benefit of higher price of organic products through aggregation, branding and marketing. The Seed Cooperative Society will be the apex body for production, procurement, processing, branding, labeling, packaging of seeds. It will also act as the apex organization for warehousing, marketing and distribution. Apart from this committee will also have the responsibility of promoting research and development for conservation and promotion of indigenous natural seeds. Let us tell you that Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act was passed in the year 2002. Under this, the registered committee is not limited to one state but covers more than one state. Their objective is to cultivate the common interests of several states and achieve them through participation. As per the reports, all large cap and blue chip companies will shift to T+1 settlement system from January 27th. Means the shares brought by you from January 27th will be available in your demat account on the second day itself. Along with this, you will also get the money for the sold shares on the second day itself. Experts say that due to this system, investors will get the option of doing more trading by faster rolling of funds and shares. Significantly, the settlement cycle of a trade is considered complete when the buyer receives the shares and the seller receives the money. Currently, the market follows T+2 settlement system. That is, the buyers and sellers receive their shares and funds in the demat account on the third working day, and this system was implemented in the year 2003. Earlier, the market followed the T+3 settlement. Actually, in the year 2021, SEBI allowed the Indian stock market to start T+1 settlement cycle. It was to be implemented from January 1st, 2022. Stocks listed under BSE, NSE and MSE are ranked in descending order based on average daily market capitalization in order of application. Thereafter, T+1 settlement system was implemented on the bottom 100 stocks last year based on ranking. Now all large cap and blue chip companies will also switch to T+1 system. Also, it has been decided that all stocks on which derivatives contracts are available will be moved from T+1 settlement in a single batch in January 2023 instead of two separate batches. Basically, a derivative contract is a financial contract whose value is based on the performance of underlying market factors such as exchange rates and commodity, credit and equity prices. Recently, RBI has released its report on state government budgets for 2022-23. It has been released under the title State Finances, a study of budgets of 2022-23. The report states that the state government's finances are recovering from the severe economic crises caused by COVID in 2020-2021. The fiscal position of the states has improved as a result of comprehensive economic reforms and higher revenue collections. Gross fiscal deficits of states is estimated to reduce from 4.1% in 2020-21 to 3.4% in 2022-23. However, there are still several areas of concern. The debt-GDP ratio of state continues to be relatively high. According to the report, the debt-GDP ratio is expected to decline from 31.1% in 2020-21 to 29.5% in 2022-23. However, this is still higher than the 20% recommended by the 2018 FRBM, Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Review Committee. According to the report, interest payments by the states has increased to 2% of the GDP in 2020-21. At the same time, it is expected to decrease to 1.8% in 2022-23. Let us tell you that in the year 2017 and 18, the interest payments of the states was 1.7%. It further states that in order to attract private investment, state governments may continue to focus on creating a conducive ecosystem for the private sector to flourish. It has also been said that states need to encourage and facilitate interstate trade and businesses. For your information, let us tell you that this is an annual report issued by RBI and it is prepared by the State Finance Department of the Department of Economic and Policy Research. It provides information, analysis and assessment of the finances of state governments. Significantly, the topic of the recently released report was Capital Formation in India, Role of States. On the other hand, RBI in its report has also warned the states about the possible consequences of old pension scheme. In fact, recently many states have decided to restore it. So far, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh have opted for it. The RBI argues that returning to this pension scheme would increase the revenue expenditure of the states. As a result, it will affect the fiscal deficit of the states. Apart from this, the capital expenditure of the state government will also come down. Overall, this will impact the developmental activities of the state, and it should be noted that under OPS, retired employees were given 50% of their last drawn pay as monthly pension. Also, the scheme has always been an attractive option for political parties to woo retired persons. But the economic world considers the scheme as financially unviable because the direct impact of this expenditure is in the form of tax payment on the present generation of employees. This means that there is a direct transfer of resources from the current generation of taxpayers to fund pensioners. Seeing the shortcomings of OPS, in the year 2004, the central government brought NPS, National Pension Scheme, in its place. Let us tell you that NPS is a contributory scheme, and in this, the government and the employees contribute 10 to 14% of the salary respectively to the pension fund. NPS is mandatory for central employees joining the services on or after January 1st, 2004. However, the Army, Navy and Air Force were kept out of it. while the states have the options to choose between OPS and NPS. Recently, Pratham Foundation released ASER, Annual State of Education Report. This national survey is based on learning outcomes in schools. The last time this report was released in the year 2018. After that, this report could not be published for 4 years due to the COVID pandemic. In the latest report, around 7 lakh children from 19,060 schools in 616 districts were surveyed. According to the report, about 98% of the children in the age group of 6 to 14 years are enrolled in schools. This shows that the enrollment level of children in the age group of 6 to 14 years has improved. The figure of 2010 was 96.6%, whereas in the year 2018, only 97.2% children were enrolled. According to the report, a decline in the proportion of children not enrolled in school was recorded in rural areas between 2018 and 2022, and only 2% of the children are those who have not enrolled in the schools. Apart from this, the attendance of students and teachers in schools remained constant. The attendance figure of children is close to 72%, while in case of teachers, this figure is slightly more than 85%. The report claims that between 2018 and 2022, there has been an increase in the number of students taking tuition classes in all states. However, no change was recorded in Gujarat, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Tripura. Also, despite the enthusiasm for schools, there has been a major decline in the basic literacy levels of children. That is, the reading ability of the students has declined faster than the numerical skills. According to the survey, girl students are better at reading at grade 5 and grade 8 levels, while boys perform better in mathematics. Let us tell you that Pratham Foundation is a non-governmental organization which was established in the year 1995. The organization focuses on high-quality, low-cost and exemplary interventions to address deficiencies in the education system. Recently, Oxfam International published a report. The name of this report is Survival of the Richest, the India Story. In this report, the difference between the rich and the poor in India has been analyzed. It means that the picture of economic inequality present in India has been shown, which is very special in itself. The report claims that in the year 2022, the wealth of India's richest people has increased by 46%. Also, only 5% of Indians own 60% of the country's total wealth, while the bottom 50% own only 3% of the country's wealth. The report says that if tax would have been collected at the rate of 20% on unrealized gains of billionaires during the year 2017-2021, then rupees 1.8 lakh crore could have been obtained from it, and this money is enough to pay 1 year's salary to 50 lakh primary school teachers. Unrealized gains refer to the increase in the value of an asset and has not yet been sold. The report also says that where the country is grappling with hunger, unemployment, inflation and health disasters, India's billionaires are making good profits. If we look at the figures in the year 2018, where the number of Indians suffering from hunger was 19 crores, in the year 2022, this figure has crossed 35 crores. In the year 2022, about 65% of the children under the age of 5 died due to starvation. Throwing light on the reasons for the economic gap, the report says that in the banking system, where loans are extorted from the poor, loans worth rupees 11 lakh crore given by public sector banks mostly to corporate sectors have been waived off. Also, the bottom 50% of the population in India spends 6 times more of their income on indirect taxes than the top 10%. The reduction in corporate tax in India is also a major reason for this. Due to reduction in corporate tax, exemption and incentives, entrepreneurs got a profit of about 1 lakh crore rupees in the year 2021. In view of these circumstances, an appeal has been made in the report to the Union Minister of India to remove this economic disparity. Along with this, it has also been talked about taking egalitarian steps like wealth tax in the upcoming budget. Recently, the first meeting of IWG, that is Infrastructure Working Group of G20, was organized. The meeting was held on 16th and 17th January in Pune, Maharashtra. Its second meeting is proposed to be held on March 28 and 29 in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Its purpose was to deliberate on Infrastructure Agenda 2023. The meeting was attended by IWG member states as well as invited guest countries and several international organizations. The meeting was hosted by the Department of Economic Affairs, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and co-chaired by Australia and Brazil. The theme of the meeting was One Earth, One Family, One Future. During the meeting, there was a detailed discussion on financing of urban infrastructure and creation of urban infrastructure as per future needs. Apart from this, various aspects related to private financing for sustainable energy infrastructure and financial investment to reduce social imbalances were also discussed. Significantly, the Infrastructure Working Group of G20 deliberates on various aspects on infrastructure investment. Its functions include identifying new avenues for infrastructure development, investment, and raising financial resources, Let us tell you that this group recognizes infrastructure related to building construction as an asset class. Let us look at the 5 questions based on the bulletin.
Questions for this series are: first question is, consider the following statements. 1. Article 239 contains provisions regarding the administration of union territories. 2. Article 239AA contains special provisions with respect to Puducherry. Which of the above statement or statements is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. Next question is, consider the following statements. 1. The Asian waterbird census is a citizen science program. 2. The program supports the conservation and management of wetlands and waterfowl around the world. 3. It was started in the year 1997 in the Indian subcontinent. Which of the above statement or statements is or are correct? 1 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 2 only, or all of the above. Next question is, consider the following statements. 1. According to the annual reptile census report, an increase in the number of saltwater crocodiles was observed in Bhitarkanika National Park. 2. The Government of India initiated a breeding and rearing program for 3 species of crocodiles in 1975 in collaboration with the United Nations Development Programme. 3. Odisha is famous for housing all the 3 species of Indian crocodiles. Which of the above statement or statements is or are correct? 1 only, 2 and 3 only, 3 only, or all of the above. Next question is, when was the Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act passed? 2002, 2004, 2007, or 2012? Last question is, consider the following statements about National Pension System, that is NPS. 1. In this, the government and the employees contribute 10 and 14% of the salary respectively to the pension fund. 2. NPS is mandatory for central employees joining the services on or after January 1st, 2002. 3. The Army, Navy and Air Force have been kept out of it. Which of the above statements are correct? Only 1, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, or all of the above. Recently, Bihar government has decided to conduct wildlife census in Kaimur Sanctuary. According to the government, decision has been taken as an effort to make the sanctuary tiger friendly. Tigers were seen in Kaimur Wildlife Sanctuary about 3 decades ago, but now their presence is not seen in the sanctuary. However, they occasionally keep coming here from the nearby forest of the other states. That's why the government wants them to stay here permanently. For your information, the Kaimur Wildlife Sanctuary is spread over an area of about 1,504.96 square kilometers. The sanctuary houses sizable populations of leopard, sloth bear, cheetal, sambar, wild pig, nilgai, chosingha, that is 4-horned antelope, and about 70 species of resident birds. This is the largest sanctuary of Bihar. The Bubur nepalensis, or the spot-bellied eagle owl, was recently sighted for the first time in the Seshachalam forest of Andhra Pradesh. Although before this it has been seen twice in the state. Both the times it was seen in Nagarjun Sagar Sri Shailam Tiger Reserve, or NSTR. We should inform you that these owls are found on big trees in dense forest. Its habitat is spread over the entire Indian subcontinent. The bird makes a strange scream similar to humans. That's why it is called ghost of the forest in India and devil bird in Sri Lanka. Recently, a rare species of duck, greater scaup, was seen in Loktak Lake of Manipur. It has been seen here after a gap of about 90 years. The greater scaup is a medium-sized diving duck species. It is a duck belonging to the Anatidae family. It is locally known as Tadangamam. Loktak Lake is commonly inhabited by whistling ducks and poots ducks. Significantly, there is no record of greater scaup roosting widely in Manipur during the British period. However, there are records of Captain L. Gamble of Gurkha Rifles and Indian Civil Service officer J.P. Mills gunning down the ducks on January 25, 1925 and in December 1927 respectively. Lately, Kollam of Kerala state has been declared as India's first constitution literate district. This was announced by Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan. It is known that under a campaign here, about 16.3 lakh people above the age of 10 years were educated on various aspects of the constitution. Around 2,200 trainers were involved in the process. They were named senators. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has inaugurated the second phase of Sansad Khel Mahakumbh organized in Basti district of Uttar Pradesh. Sansad Khel Mahakumbh is being organized in Basti district since 2021 by Mr. Harish Dwivedi, Lok Sabha MP from Basti. It organizes various competitions in both indoor and outdoor sports like wrestling, kabaddi, kho-kho, basketball, football, hockey, volleyball, handball, chess, carom, badminton, table tennis, etc. Apart from this, competitions like essay writing, painting, rangoli, etc. are also organized during this Khel Mahakumbh. Thus, it is a unique initiative which provides an opportunity to the youth of the district and surrounding areas to showcase their sporting talent. Along with this, it also motivates them to adopt sports as a career option. Recently, the Union Ministry of Textiles has started a handloom hut in Delhi to display home decor products made by handlooms. It is being organized as Virasat Handloom Home Decor Festival. This festival will last for about a month. On its first day, 75 hand-woven sarees from India were displayed. These included bandhani or bandhej, chicken embroidered sarees, hand-block sarees, kalamkari printed sarees, ajrak, kantha and fulkari sarees and jamdani sarees. It is worth mentioning that a social media campaign under #MySareeMyPride hashtag has also been launched to support handloom weavers during the event. Of late, a meeting called Davos 2023 was organized. This was the 53rd such meeting. This meeting, which lasted for 5 days, took place in the city of Davos, Switzerland. It was organized by the World Economic Forum. The theme of the meeting this year was Cooperation in a Fragmented World. The World Economic Forum organizes such a meeting every year. It seeks to bring together leaders from governments, businesses, and civil society to bring about positive change. The World Economic Forum has recently chosen Hyderabad to set up its center in India. It has been selected for the 4th Industrial Revolution. This revolution is set to be focused on healthcare and life sciences. For this, C4IR Telangana will be an autonomous and non-profit organization in Hyderabad. The work of the organization will be to focus on healthcare and life sciences. In this context, it will be the only organization of the World Economic Forum in India. Thus, C4IR Telangana will be the 18th center to join the 4IR, that is 4th Industrial Revolution Network. Recently, ISRO has said in a statement that the Venus mission, that is Shukrayaan-1, may be postponed till the year 2031. The reason for this has been attributed to the mission not getting approval from the Government of India. The idea of Venus mission came up in the year 2012. Further, ISRO started the preliminary study after the Department of Space received a 23% increase in the budget for the year 2017-2018. It was expected to be launched in December 2024. However, it has also been stated by ISRO that if the mission is approved, it may be launched in 2026 or 2028. Startup India Innovation Week concluded on 16th January, that is on the occasion of National Startup Day. During this, an industry-focused webinar on the topic Championing the Billion-Dollar Dream was also organized. It is noteworthy that the Startup India Innovation Week 2023 aims to engage stakeholders of the startup ecosystem across the country and foster the spirit of entrepreneurship and innovation in India. You should know that India has emerged as a hotspot for startups. India has the third largest startup ecosystem in the world, along with 108 unicorn companies, while the first and second places are held by the US and China respectively.